Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Rails Minute. I'm Dan Bostrom, Rails Member Engagement Manager, and I'm here with Deirdre Brennan, Rails Executive Director. This is our effort to bring you short videos where you can find out more about what's happening with Rails. Deirdre, we could talk about football today, but
yes, let's.
Instead, I wanted to ask you about movies. So traditionally, the Oscars are held in February, not this year. But are you a cinephile? Do you have a favorite genre of movie?
You know, I have to confess, I really love musicals. I really do, especially, and I love old movies, you know, Golden Age. So I am, I try to keep up with the new movies. It's been such a strange year for movies, you know, and I have some old friends in Massachusetts who have this alternative movie awards thing that they've been doing for years and years. So I get a lot of movies ideas from them. Like, I don't know how many, I know a lot of people have seen Parasite probably from a couple of years ago because it won, well, I guess last year it won Best Picture. But a movie that I think is kind of similar, but that I prefer is called Shoplifters. I don't know if people have seen that, but not reader's advisory, it's a movie advisory. So.
That's right. It's important to have that person in your life who can be the movie person in your life, right?
Totally, yeah.
Okay, so last week we hosted a Rails member update, and there was a lot of interest particularly about the Cards for Kids Act.
Yes.
Can you sum up those discussions and where we are right now?
I will try. That is why I have put my glasses back on. So yes, so the Cards for Kids Act was passed unanimously by the General Assembly maybe a year ago or so. It was introduced by Senator Laura Murphy, who represents the Schaumburg area generally. And she had a very specific goal. She, from what I recall, some students and a teacher advisor of them had gotten together, had met with her and explained that, what was, how kids, unserved kids, especially under the, poverty level, so to speak, couldn't use the public library. So she had a very specific goal, and that was to not have fees charged for unserved residents pre-K through grade 12. That's how it is. So so when I say poverty level, it's really the United States Department of Agriculture threshold for free or reduced lunch. So our colleague, Catherine Yanikowski, has done a lot of work on this. And we just posted actually an incredible document that she put together about this whole thing. But she has some facts here that I just want everybody to know, because I think there's a lot that people don't know about this. So it says that research shows that while 48.5% of Illinois students fall within the free and reduced lunch program eligibility guidelines, approximately only 3.8% of said students, were approximately 75,000 students all across Illinois, also reside in unincorporated or unserved areas. So that's not a lot of students. And I think, some libraries get, unfortunately, it's not a lot of students in my opinion, but I think that some libraries get very nervous about this whole thing, that there's going to be this like mass, influx, but there's not. It's not many people. So I think, that is really important to keep in mind. The other thing is that if a library participates in the non-resident library card program, and most libraries do, then you have to participate in this. It's only mandated as part of if you participate in the larger program. If you don't participate in that, and this is something that your board votes on. So in that sense, there is some local control involved. But if you choose to participate in that program where you sell library cards to non-residents, among other things, then you have to participate in this. So I advise everybody go immediately after this, after you finish watching this video, go immediately to our website, our Pulse page on the Unserved, and you will see this incredible document that goes through, the role of memorandums of agreement and how to work with school districts, etc. So, how's that?
Yeah, awesome. And we will provide the link in the description below.
Great.
And thank you, Catherine Yanakovsky and the Joliet Public
Yes.
Library for putting this all together. Really
Yes,
appreciate
absolutely. Yes.
that. Okay, so what else is happening around Rails? What else would you like people to know about?
Well, let's see. We continue to work on our equity, diversity, and inclusion initiative, both internally and externally. There is a meeting of that committee on the 18th. I think another important thing for people to know is something I think you're somewhat involved, Dan, which is our huge project to get better data on school libraries all across Illinois. It's just incredible what information we don't have about whether, how many school libraries there are, who staffs them, with what kind of staffing, what are their budgets, can they buy books. So I think it's really important, and we're working with ISLE and Heartland and the state library on this. We had a meeting a week or so ago about it, because if we don't understand the situation of school libraries, we can't help them.
Right.
So I'm optimistic, and I think that all of the parties involved are more optimistic because we're all working together on this. So I think that's stay tuned. It's going to take a while, but I think it's really going to be very beneficial ultimately to just understanding what the issues are, and there are issues. Yeah.
It's intimidating, but we have to do it. We have to tackle it. Yeah.
Yes, we do. Yep.
Okay, so this is the point where we typically turn to member questions. And if you have a question, you can either leave us a comment below, or you can email them to communications@railslibraries.info. We've launched a new Pulse page on our website called Data in Libraries. Can you talk briefly about what's available on that page and what libraries might be using in terms of resources?
Sure. Well, as I think a lot of people know, Grant Halter is our data analysis manager. He's spearheaded this, of course. And there is an array of resources, everything from reports related to IPLAR, statistical, circulation data from consortia, maps, related to the US Census. Let's see, articles about how to use data. Just an incredible array of materials to help libraries understand the data that's out there, and to make it available to them, as well as to how to use the data that they have, that that they're trying to figure out how to get at it, and how to analyze it. So I highly recommend that people go and look at that, because again, it's to help you all out there.
Yeah, and again, we will link to that. So thank you so much for that. Okay, that will do it for us on this episode of Rails Minute. Thank you, Deirdre, so much for joining me, and we will see you next time.
Okay, thanks. Bye, everyone.
Bye.